This is Gregory Lee Bullard, July the 22nd, 1984, saying I'm from Desert Hot Springs, the banning dropped off Oklahoma, the serious terror. I cannot even explain enough of what's been happening. I'm making enough videos. Before I got dropped off in Oklahoma, then the serious terror called Jesus Crucifix at gunpoint to blow my head up literally. I said this to everybody afterwards. The town of Banning was literally threatening me. I was poisoned by a lethal dose of bug spray by Cynthia Renfro at 92 North Phillips Street. I posted on my Facebook, Yard 494949, that I want an FBI investigation, that there's been crimes in my entire life, that nobody's been punished. When I realized I was mentally challenged the whole time, I didn't realize I was being beaten and raped, told that there was normal to experience this and not see it done to anybody else. Once I realized it, I'd be turred everywhere out of Banning, California. Martha Holland said that she can get me disability. I found out disability exists at 35 years old. I can't count my age. She told me to go to Oklahoma. She'd help me get disability. I got there and I texted her before and on the way. When I got there, she never picked me up like she said. She said she didn't believe I was coming, that she got drunk and she would have Jessica, first name Jessica, pick me up. The next day, she picked me up over by the Greyhound. She let me stay there for 2 days, threw me out in a storm. She threw me out in a storm 2 days later with no excuse other than her boyfriend or whatever, Robert Jones, thought I was sleeping with her as a false guilt sexual implant into me. Is how only way I could, there's the only thing I could take it. I was literally threatened, call the trash can blizzard, Trump bowing and trash cans with money in my pocket. I don't know why. All across Oklahoma. She then approached me and asked me later after, she said I disappeared for 2 years. She said I disappeared for 2 years. I was being threatened to cross Oklahoma to town, didn't know where I was. She picked me up. She worked me like a slave, crippled in the yard. So I dropped with seizures. She came in while I was sick, admitted she knew I was sick. She said, "You're sick? I know you're sick." She called me worthless piece of shit. Why aren't you out in the yard finishing yourself up? It's literally what she said to me. I crawled out of there with a blanket down the Highway 9 crossing on Highway 9, where I was met with more gun threats, claiming I got into somebody's mailbox twice in a row. There was nobody around. There was nothing. I got threatened, gun threat all the way to Norman. As soon as I got into Norman, I approached every respectful manager I could and told them what was going on. They all said that from what they can tell, the terror experiencing is true, that they believe it's true. They all said they believe that what I'm telling them is true. Because it is true. It's very true. All of this. All of it.